What's up everybody, my name is Michael and welcome back to another Ryz Media tutorial. Thank you guys again so much for checking in. Today I'm going to be covering using black bars in your videos to make it look a lot more cinematic. And what a lot of people don't know is that you can do a lot with the black bars as far as movement goes. So if you wanted to pan up or do something that your camera didn't do initially, you can actually do it with the black bars, and I'll show you how to do that right now. Alright, so now we're in Adobe Premiere Pro, and as you can see I have a sequence open. Don't worry about this is just a video I'm working on right now, but I've selected a clip from the sequence that we're going to be working with so I can show you guys how the black bars work cinematically and how we can add movement to our clip just by using those black bars. So I'm going to go to the editing tab, which is probably what a lot of you guys are using, and we're going to focus on the project panel where we're going to go down to the bottom, select new item, go to adjustment layer, and press OK. And now we're going to add the adjustment layer to our sequence and put it over top of our clip. And now with the adjustment layer, we're going to go to effects, type in crop. And if you have adjustment layer highlighted, and you can just double click and it'll go right to that clip. So now we have crop in our effects panel, and we're going to be working with the top and bottom percentages. But before we select any of these percentages, we need to make sure and go to our adjustment layer, right click and press set to frame size. Because now this adjustment layer knows the sequence settings and the crop is going to work correctly. So if we go to top, I'm going to do 10% because that's usually what I use. But this is pretty much a personal thing, whatever you think looks good with the black bars. As far as amount, that is up to you. So now that we have our crop on the adjustment layer, not the video itself, we can go and select the video itself, and now we can start doing our pan up and down. So I'm going to play it before I add any effects to it. So let's see what it looks like just straight out of the camera. Alright, so as you can see, pretty cool, but you know, just a basic time lapse, and obviously we didn't do a pan in our time lapse, so now we want to add that in to make this look a little bit more interesting. So we have the clip selected, and the first thing we're going to do is go to motion, and under the position there's a little stopwatch. You're going to select it, and that's going to enable us to do a keyframe. So now you're going to drag to the end of the clip or wherever you want the movement to end, but I think the end of the clip is usually what looks best. So I'm going to put right here, and then I'm going to change the Y value, and this is going to either pan it up or pan it down for us over that amount of time. So I want it to pan up. I think it's going to look a little bit cooler, and you'll see as we go up and we go up a little bit too much, the black bar starts to go down, and we don't want that. So we want to put this value all the way to the point before that black bar starts to go down. So right about there looks good, and I'll play it back, but sometimes I realize that if I go that far all the way to the extreme, the highest point before the black bar goes down, that it just looks too fast and it just doesn't look good. Well, let's see how this looks. And I really think this adds a lot to our image. It gives it a new dimension and it makes it a little bit more lively, so I really like this. Alright, so now that we just did it the right way, I'm going to show you the wrong way, and that's without the adjustment layer. So we're going to delete the adjustment layer, and you're probably saying, well, why can't we just put the crop directly on? I'm actually going to just delete these keyframes real quick too so that we don't get confused. You're probably just saying, you know, why can't I just put the crop directly on the clip itself? Screw the adjustment layer, I don't want to use that. Well, I'll show you guys why right now. So I'm going to drag this crop onto our clip, and now if I add the top and bottom, we got 10% and then 10% on the bottom. Same thing I did with the adjustment layer. And you're probably saying, oh, it looks great, like, you know, why are we using the adjustment layer? Well, this is why. If you want to do the keyframe and pan it up or down using movement, you cannot by using it directly on the clip, because if you do, so I'm going to do the same thing, keyframe up, you see right away that it's going to drag these black bars right with it. Now if the crop was on the adjustment layer, it's separate, so the clip can go underneath the cropped bars. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. We put the crop directly on this clip, so the black bars are going to move directly with it, whereas on the other one we put the crop on the adjustment layer, so this clip basically slides right under those black bars smoothly. So we can't add any movement to this because it's just gonna look dumb with the movement like this. See how this black bar as I play it is gonna go down, and you know, that's just not attractive. So you gotta use the adjustment layer because it's gonna enable you to pan up or down and add movement to your clips that originally don't have any movement. But thank you guys again so much for checking in. We have tutorials coming out on Thursdays and Saturdays on our YouTube page, and we're gonna continue to go on this grind. So we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.